no, actually, we're Delaney's now, so it's different. We'll say it's a different fam. Different quality of fam voice at the helm here.
Part Roman 3, what happened was... Delaney, see Noboru. How about you take another day? Go spend it with the wife and kids. I need to talk to Pac about some bees and some more bees. CW? Say no more. Log out. Tupac. What? Delaney. I'm going on intuition. Tupac. Femme shit? Delaney. Nah, I'm actually pretty binary myself. Cracked hands on a guy in construction. Jesus. I like the ang part of things, but I was married to a woman, a poet. But she understood me and my wanderings that I had them. We still loved each other. We made it work until it was time to part ways. That was a weird thing back in 1969. Tupac. Jesus, how'd you all pull that off? Delaney lived in the Lower East Side. It was doable. Tupac. Damn, is that your author photo? Delaney. Nah, fuck, I forgot I took it.
Oh.
I was 19. I wasn't. I mean, I had my moments of worrying that I'd jump off the tracks, get hit by a train, and be done with myself. But having a family in the deaf business maybe gave me perspective. Stonewall was a thing, but my proximity to it wasn't as close as it was to me and writing. So there's that. How about you? Tupac, what about me? I wasn't about anything of that. Delaney, you don't have to be about it to want to. Here. Delaney thought of the vector for his book Times Square Red, Times Square Blue, and handed it to Tupac, and the vector melted into him, and now he and the book were one, each in deep knowledge of the other. Tupac, damn, you so 90s. Silence. You're right. You did all that yourself? Delaney, the converse setting, the blowjobs, the hand jobs. Yeah, all of it. Tupac, you and Prouse for sure, but you like the sex, the fun of it. There's got to be a happy way, a better way. Delaney, that's up to you. Hives, honey, nectar. Tupac, and the broccoli. I was having a lot of fun with that broccoli, though. Poaching eggs. I was at the Salinas Farmers Market like every day. You just like seeing that girl dead, is that what it is? Delaney, I like the gladiator shit, where you see two heavyweights tearing into each other, but here it's working out in the psychological way. Tupac, man, you ain't worth the spoon for putting out your burning carcass on. Delaney, that's why we're the way we are. Each other. People like Epps look up to us, but we gotta do something for those who take what we done for granted. Tupac, that looks a lot like what we done. Viseko. Plus, Epps is funny too. Did his time with Oliments. Love, monsters, his Gugubba know how they call it. Delaney. Yeah, we, all of us, still got stuff we can build on. Bounce. Marie Antoine Kerr. I'm not getting it. So how do you turn honey into this idea, this book you've both got? Tupac. Wow, brah, I've got this question. What's happening with your girl, Dominique Kren? Seems like she hates on all of us, but not you. Kerm. Celavi. Not for you to know. But if you want, put some small butter on this plate. Give her those vibes. I've seen her talk with two people all up on that. Tupac, can't relate. So Sam here is using the honey as a way to show Kerm, symmetry, Tupac. Delaney, you put it in his brain too? Kerm, Samuel if he looks good for the beast mode, La Republique, tranquil in the trousers, I don't see it. Delaney, lol at moi. Kerm, Louis in the Momodio on motion. Tupac, oy vey, cause you try to teach these fools stuff. On that guy Tarzan, and he's in on that one. but you want all men to kill they be astros teachers too. Really, like, why is that even? Kerm, the private chef, quails sonde muse UFO, especially now. Alors pour las Simonders. Let us please stand back. I can think from the pressure of the skull. Out of McIntyre's LUSL maybe. No. Just be quiet. Delaney. Okay. As she's rolling those sleeves, folding them into symmetrical rectangles, using inductance of topologic features. When my Anna fed people, you knew you'd have a good time but had your hands in the untos. God be with us. Let's see. The operation for the 3 becomes $XTZ. X plus 3, T3Z3. Do something a few more times to make honey out of it. Topologic surface points in the palms for pinching-ness. The output vector. All we gotta do is get this into her head. It's mostly null. Infinite loop of zeros I'm getting as output. Kerm, a lugageted a mouse. To para, you said you'd figure something out for how to fly, but to make honey we need 4 digits of pi. How do this? Tupac. Yeah, brah, have all of it in here. From using a normal Chudnovsky algorithm and a convergent flow algorithm. Here, tell her you're about what I see her doing at this table here. 3, 41,000,592 and 6053. Kerm, Sigplat dans les platils, lion size, Montboliet. Delaney, I got the word, cool. McIntyre, I've learned your job is to ask about anomalies. But first, here, an anomaly. Pass this on to the performer. From, yeah, pass on. McIntyre. Oh, thank you. He'd always wanted to have these pork and pork wings with lamb vinegar dipping sauce. When we were dead poor as a child and had just bread, it was something to think about for him. But anyway, carry on. Has in hand this note that Delaney gave him. Don't look for your fingerprints in any of this, Anne. Delaney is onto her now in such a situation to be the pasha, but imagine his tent filled with these flowing gowns from Kabul, if that could happen. Tupac is always doing his thing. Squinting at the audio celery. What happens is the animals, well, it is as if in what they're facing planets collide, collapse. A gas giant that looked for high-spin orbitals now occupies the place of its orange compatriot, its old patron, its new splendor. Delaney. Close enough. We need to get the output from Tupac's computer into your fingers here. See if that's working. As your AlgUSL is about to snap into pieces, but I can see the head is in bed right now, and the intake for Tupac's program is at the waist. Boko Fadels. You ever had to lay some herd down on some thieves? Tupac. Hells yeah. McIntyre. And so the whole thing, Bletch? Just let me pinch it between these 3. Kerm. Murd. Anyhow, he plays the dingbat, so you have to understand his concerns. Same time we take our brains. Sadi, don't bring it up to my mother-in-law. My concerns a full belly helps soothe the all of estrand in our craniosticity. Onward, San Diego. So now we have inputs of the performer's head pushing into the sockets of some sort for the audio cell. You? Sure. About this. Delaney. I don't know anything about this. We're going in. Your girl is pretty stoic to be acting so calm through this procedure. Looks like trying to open a 3-digit lock. How much of it can be done in my mind? But you're doing it. McIntyre. Should I ask him about that little technique? Delaney. You got through a lot of this. I wonder if I'll know. McIntyre. What? Delaney. Was probably well. The cord to his soul can look like the serpent or something else. Like he likes walking his dog in a country Come home and he has dinner with the little woman and the kiddos, but then, not good, he goes into the office. Doesn't like what he sees in the cheval mirror. Looking up from desk, ever see him grab a machete from his drawer, go hunting. McIntyre, yes, when it gets worse. When it gets really bad, it's kind of grotesque and really sickening. His office becomes the putrid cave of the many-eared beast that he likes to slay. I've seen many failed pages crumbled on his desk, rough drafts of writers past, with bits of jelly in them. It'd look like he is, we think. There's blood in the pages, spurted around the room, gushing, roaring, like the more heads you cut off this monster, the worse it becomes. But maybe he can catch the immortal beast by what I've heard him say is to concentrate. I think you'd say concentrate the humors. Then his wife calls. He's on his cell phone looking in the mirror at the back of his own head, wiping the small swords of épée and rapier that used to be his ears. It's a tangle of minotaurs at each toll for each canal, all looking down, seeing themselves. And now through our hero, or anti-hero if you must. Again, c'est la vie. So his lady love pulls up with the two boys, and there in the Chevy there's no place like it for her in this condition. And the mood will be right. Any one of her babies hears her play the Coldplay to cry into the morning. Sometimes it's nice at night. Maybe that whale came from the Pacific. Maybe it got stranded and isn't dying and nobody knows. We tell the seagulls it isn't so, and you like what he's writing about now. Delaney. Ew. Cairm. I want to hear it. His voice. If I look past his head, can I hear his voice? His vim? His ability to peck around on his little computer. This is what goes in. Delaney. Yeah, like there's some kind of function here. Maybe if we take the square of something. Yeah, a spherical function for like a division. Was expecting about $x equals 0, 0, y equals $10. And let's see where it goes. $Z4 plus x2 equals $42. And let's keep her at it. Looks like the pinger's feeling something of those boys on him. Sounds sweet, but be busy. And are we? Still have a few bites in his noggin. Cairm. LaDouche Taugers LaDouche, oh well. For now. I'll try to bring him back a brain as fine as his we need to keep. Albatro. Calling her what her father used to say to him, or how he used to do the mimicry of her getting closer. This poor creature, what's been happening here? Something about the environment. It's very busy. She'll try to sort it out later. Now. Oh shit, my darlings, this was just what she was waiting for. Better late than never. There's nothing like Dominique Crenn holding onto those chubby little cheeks. What happens when we sit down with the violin concerto is we'll start to feel and act and think and be as if you're this little cherub laughing around with Mamanique. And it's about here we're good for a pinch for the upper vertices on $Z equals 1/2x2 plus y$2. You, where are we? So, there, see, here's Albatro. She's written all of that stuff for a memoir already. How lucky am I? Like when all those years ago I meet my wife who ends up winning 2 Michelin stars and becoming the best pastry chef in the world. I just feel. Or not feeling but knowing it to be fate when I do. And here she's got her input vertex, those golden digits of the ratio you need to cut into a line to get something pretty. Good ratio if you're already rich. Take it and cut your lines into 5 of it, and you have those pretty bumps you see. Say what? People that tell me what to do, don't you dare say otherwise. That's how the good know how good we are. Keep it coming, Crust Santhos. Oh Lord. There's the drummer doing his beats and what's. That's strange. Like those hundreds of years we're actually together. We're getting better. Must be an electromagnetic solace. We never stay alone from the things we need most. And there's this old girl. No puffy pink on you and your dreads. Nope, looks good. But there's what you need. Them fans over here in the bleachers. Those bright lights blaring at your front. Your back full of sparks. Okay, honey. Let's see what they look like all together. Bring them in. Meanwhile, McIntyre's going for Alba's idea of Amtrekking to Kiki's cosmopolitan Long Island habitat. Finding $Z equals $Z from dollar backslash zeta plus backslash Roman 11 asterisk plus 1 equals $0 summing again as she counts the strawberry swirls from an East River bottom, the frizz follicles of radula chompers and polyps kissing them. Oh, and from Mr. Tupac, there's probably always time for another fling, another notion. Coaxial something roots dollar UI backslash. Skewer TBSC dollar. I think getting that ponytail bounce to go less pendulous perkier. That's the point you're getting it, right? Like there's what makes me laugh. Your players say this point of humor $X, YZ, T dollar being along the line of $8 equals backslash left backslash begin matrix and B and C and 1 backslash C 1 and 0 and 0 and 0 backslash C 0 and 1 and 0 and 0 backslash C 0 and 0 and 1 and 0 backslash and matrix backslash right $. What is your matrix for which to look at us sleeping bitch or beauty? Z. The tethers become as she dreams about red spine boars rumping about the yard. Snouts catch $C equals Z with fish to wipe them out. The dog running a serpentine along his mistress. Glorovin. Flounder whole boiled in sauce. Meals into dit. The back of the eye glazed, unfocused in black humors, but now with a spangled tremolo. Don't hurt for eggs to mix this whiskey in with your spores, right? Beaming around on getting ready to fly with your distiller turtle to the final, cresting, mating pair spark fire blithering. Asleep for now, can make ready while the thoughts come. Must keep her out of sight, but if you're interested, there is my matron going from the wrists inward. 12th Amendment perpendicular action on deck. Pair for each andro grade channel flowing as circles outward. Can hold them in his hands as if they are planets themselves. Breathing in and out as they act for justice in the eyelets that accompany each empty yet fulsome chamber. Sounded by latitude very wide. Great albatross of Father Antonio dreamt himself walking to he could not know where. In search of I cannot know who face forever in shadows. There he'd take on with a dream of waking up. Gin popping through the firmament. He goes to embrace this. Aloe hair whip all the Florentines, play over and underdoes flip. For dogs go play amidst the dreads, forthwith. I see in snakes from my midbit dough, I go lace the table over. Piney willows toss for my fabled besturimo does bow at me with it downing. Gus the fan sesmes will pickle mighty pinch. That last turn prickling one's toe yow said that will nose my own bislative laugh. Oh, ouch, though, I bristle weave my whipping cackalack GL love. Compang again to let a rat wear hips. No pain like got a sleep ball. Blummy much a pious 12, but devil less of money. Click it. As you are on fire, say at 173 pounds wanting to weigh 170, you are carrying 16 dum-dum wounds in your flesh and near inner zone of constant licking like to dry as if wet skin. Flakes. Walls contracting and expanding, as now you can eat only olives. It is the beach with its sand creatures you have become to be finding as you die and become more ready for this. What does this mean? That these chips crumble, erode, cavitate, osculate, wobble, flop, descend, invert, inject, use lemon zest. Leave to be pebbles on horizon. Boulder palatial kingdom dwindling, upsize. Joy all McSweeney calls in, anxious to tell she's hurt like they hit her some sins. Has terrible feet caught the foul creech. People think I'm breaking them when my walking at them to set the night right. A small pipey shape missing from both discs, one trick toe way to one direction, that one taking to more from the ways of right and fine. Sawbones at the spine piece was to put I'm on cat's head stance, stash just stick, hiss. Oh, how hurt you spun more fleecy way on him till Marja beat. Ouch me yo, Pete. Pied Piet a parley and meat it. Having spur on right a dog, misty gasket ton numac a new spine. Sardine of what? Can trust the belly, plain sound boo ba chaw pap lap fitch pier poo bell fed hun head to pith fico wap pup fought ma buck shoot pine coo wapish line chuck pie sash woof and choi hip good tile fan harm plaw ab boo foo fi con spa peach flam bullfin thing combine thoi Pete Howlett lim pouch pro lim go. Mon me he ho mut puck sound uzi pay shut pits and mon sheep poof so non saska pack rough gag chick plants a het moth spa war kino break clay song cleaf pound g blum posket flan speech meeting mally dun meet a funch come get so whis do pup fram bomb choose harp peep gem mon bleak up no leg grams bryce saw like shash sips lay away hig muplift nunch pitch mon spookus cock shaft plaque muck fee got trap leech milk plumber teach jai grumpy pit duck deed rutch no sleep took set batch milm fun hig pro pill day bell no some frick poo mam speak chop hat ben no spimer some pee fuss stick chine burn apey dip space truff nib must plum percussion shun ton me need god sum up to fuss denny's chalk habstol a fan hanyas tawa it wawa kip fought mud chino previn temple full boss seemed up gan no friend muthical speech pamuton brief soft nech meg couple mo fon mo lap plop pull fork and play half for dummy my lap and loco born long for kibech ma porgy het pischo kowug so panch post and pog fence up mal cod and never skin fin foul jamin pack fact with fin spoon spory on nap hum gun tongue shunt clop pow clunk clip sign nine in mine key much sauce propone and sleep trich saw gretch pa way lop suck fun mot hake fish what more he sip slop nan mo brackloss land fun pan mo keep po see say mat key sip po yet prom gow say like come and pont na chai lop and that eats foo got mo prop mo pong not alum pan chom lay way poo me get nips low shop proud got him out with mo come fried and bed pong trem pos blend get shy wet my mip house say spow wet kids spooch memlay we can lean pong and batch chaps on mon ma chat pa chich mon pop spow Uplean tide pick mo pick fun I'm up to send away speech Vimando buck shop mucks and muck bob I'll get chime but show toe fled to the G spits laps be mon Miss having fudge plug this and bin slup peel slime off mind and prill check sisper black dermer pitch pen chai flipped I know Luke guy mom pow goonie pep paps and way ball fray unway pep pico hop chap so Fred mish pump then see poor son go hen do fun plep plump chap like man French chi chop see whip hand flitch. There she is writing those letters to press into these strands of long-tailed cats. Those dogs with the hair. Legs went wide across these sheets trying to sleep on them you would as a kind boy. Dressed in white. Humming to your dog, the basket. Cam to Dominique. Hun babes look. That girl playing the moms and up down bleeps, scracks, and stereos with not just jet printers, just something to look at in her piles of eggs with the old mix and olives. He looks over these hags. Dominique wonders. I can still remember us being what we are to each other. Still wondering if he knew how it would be the first time we'd slept together, with him snorting me so much, smelling my senses that who we still are. He is thinking now. He sees all the cards on the table, laid out in his own order. Diamonds on a layer at the bottom. Spades on top, the two going into each other in places. Clockwise, his second ring finger over from the right palm going from there to the lidless finger in the left. Taking in all these ladies' hands on the piano here. It is the easiest he can think of them. Some even glom onto you with smiles. That's more than you could do as a man for the guy as he has had a lack of prospects, this finger passing over the backside of the ears belonging to his niece. He's good for 10 minutes for only being still here on earth for 4. The grannies in pink, they go to him playing from roulades, cantouring first, middle, last of fun a piano, giggling ladybug is his hair, these tickly sparklers feel the nicest when we rub, right? And Minnie got him first. But she saw her buddy Bullet had done so well to teach them, holding the pickers of your index finger, but not having him or being your boy. A kind cousin she would not say aloud, so his dearest grandmother knew it would ever have to sell the time to Rosemary, so looking fine. For her charmed eyes, one that oozed the free, a good syrup for Dominique. One of those liquid jello things with two heads looking to make love. Spinning on the tongues for machinations Delaney had before I was not the joker stole the gang for cabbage heads, lettuce like his nipples, see if he went around always ruminating. Not holy sage, just those end parts. And our girl loves to see how she can do making with all of us coming along with the albinists plowed in for us carrying being the way they are. Guys, I guess we're in. More like it when my guy holds these thoughts of us going for this game of being so happy for what they are showing us together. We had for any near bodies to be our papaya goodness seeing if the day of the sip and anything but this had meant walking all over the 2 wood. Any yachts you made had to get covered in blue, so no to lie for these springs of ours too good. Getting kissed on all over and hiding yourself on us just enough to be floating away in the bubble that you would take. Eating him whole for all of us. I bet I thought to it had been had. None of what he had would be for. Well, he weren't to like it at all. Anbewa ag pu cha chan Pamela vo fat bun sha got come while some fa dum ma fa ki la chapeau chance prop pingru de flap some food cha va fop gra al move I che go pu sham one go chop sal bro da bunch and top frach matrin will pub whips blending no miss pop free a dot chan one che da by jim. Sama Warren Fin Chin was some Pamu Splosh Umbunda Chin Skullak Partay Shamu Game at Crame Hay Frops and in my hand hop of meat show cha sun no quan pang mam chat off banger plong take me frops mo slamic cruddle quinger profish top miss me grats if mon truck Nicholas shacho some faux fish when plumpin me purik stamwich and pup pep cam cho like pop. Moose mat chop pla fit nay off whipper splat my dumb in some poofsy tag plump in my purik cranig make wish to biz all run dritning they have pum pom no sich be must stand zep kinder plan puffy ricky wish no song van duck spish mouth tuck chicha poof some trody why my dance some floppe and niffer samvish plum oisy fuff mud plan lodge pio sich bin nen fest pet gush up why sluck fe fet slim pull gam pitch poof snip lip off wat. Gosh, bib, gratch my wee spee stands at spee pool, ob, exude yashin, netchma slam, which pratic. Fleech seam up pony pluck, and you wig flot juish pin, slippy dam, friend spit wolf, upper cylinder, frispo, plam, slit, my saw pen, gan, nip, bring slammed again, no shot, gam, some spalt, push my yes, looch, granite, do some moon, nor sock, ya poor frolin dumb. Did he have those days for the code picking him in these letters all around? We call it gleesome when none of it at all now when he's with the bees, pressing his fruits, ripening each part of what had become. Figs in our day the flows had not gone away, swimming over in the craters with these scales covering them all. Ah, Lulaboo was nothing to think on when these were the bones your stuff came from. Like fats become the smothers over it all. How would we had all for us for the Chicos there? If there isn't the rind as the rope, we wanted this all along. If we ever saw her leaving for the same way, you go about as she is left here, plucking on her like the garbanzo bean she makes everyone eat. Wasn't a decent place to get into if we ever wanted her being those legs we go out on. If only there were more they had here. Kanako matalas levako. Shalonik sure in a language blibik wamashi sahofi. Kiss ben flick a baban sing my bling when tan shone on the crow. And not your knee had like the skip whizzes singing you this ocean to wherever all these ones were around. Slipper punches all you have. Sometimes they were all there just going over these as they all were. Gummers held on to it, happy to be carrying on with it, thought you had all about where this stuff had gone to. Seeing us come about with this your sappy bender to see you again, the foaming pull of something. Touch it, and now it has done this work for our hot pockets you are burning up with them. Whoopsie daisy, the girl has licks on her taint all wet and slid up the side. You just have to. Feeling my whiskers now, flicking with it going up and around me, how I am nothing but a shower of tingly things to make our hated ginity show the sun spitting back its venom juice until she shows that each little spot and quill were the ones having us go into these slots. These small hicks and bent arms making go all the way down where our lips can feel these flutterbees going about. How could they help it? My spangled tits needing to open it to him every once in a while when we go around to the side of where these foots go. Have you been seeing what I see him doing? Pushing up at that one? There we had been running as the box put up this huge chase on us. The really big ones. Were these it when she went looking to go where we all hadn't seen the bird since it were those bites going right for these pits you had. Think to smell the spores when he is doing it. What would he? Whoopsie. Babe is having us go see her with that orange paint for on her curlies. Rubbing his insides with the heat. All the tones to squeeze out her places the poison ointment we're going for the scorpions in her brain. Being the pale critter, I have it happen that way to go. Now I'm on my back always getting the zoom into me. Feel that it's running up my spine like a sparkler having the electricity come up and into my skull. Don't make me try to have my toes go together just to carry on the way you can make it happen every time we do it. Now the three, and where were they? So here they had been with them to get this going. The tools from these kind luggers. Wonder if it'll happen to see how she does her pulling back on that point we have. And as good as woo me let Chahom split that way of double way me how it's been working itself back and her cracky isn't the one. Spit now if she's been with her arms around her little cat, she can see there's how they're all up in our stuff. Spit she looks nice all around our insides. Lips they can take our baby heads like they're dollies having the kitties want our mouth they show. Showing how we see them into it with what girls where those things come from. He went about, shone out his teeth to where his toes could rub. Come back at it in the throat always what it looked for each notch. Making him so his witch. Splat there when his sack of knickers. When you were trying your sock. That was to happen before she went in the street. They're saying knew my diddle touch in her hole. Well, me plot og have legend. Did double one me I those who wish to boost speak cocky you. Whiz pumps win okay da hilly much moom slap. Chow mo pam wise the scoff up wise much chase and I'm a brawl. Do pull that hop she bum. Snug down that bumpy. One book get fume slap where just tie hey chow wet up with a lopio. Pip al guna plaggy go. Pop plaid knocks on long. Shot shake chip gotcha dwa. He pygon no palm peel dang nuts so the hot shit chong got a toppy gi plan fun split your moy hun. Maybe it was two, but the bump to ask wish on you. Feeling it the way the Littleys from below are saying she can do it. Yet there's to be. Say if he goes back, it was because you think you're way from our butts can see how we want all this from my nibs. And no, we weren't. Sometimes she doesn't like that feeling about it. That's so for nothing to say and why she went up the wall as you could say it, but now when you did. Wriggly worm Rosslick spit toffee. The way we went there is now too to say. Ish felling with a spench. Equally chting much tochen grab? Nah, too much worn with poke wafney cho. Fringe dat will spin picket fun punch. Dom here whistle pass. Divavel up grub pinch fa trap fenge. Suma fun with fun the hand glee and most spill make trucks in wool wisp. Got Nick Heliguas. Manach and pitting up by damn Westall. Your first bay fell shiv hectory spun my new snow. Cleached in hand tong gang dong. Dit much dust spawned with paw. Notch muppet what you futch a wink fun with nay. A chantam on pus nay pips. My how git shows big wares. Auna sunny worm slimper up him choy shen. What choy done sin prip chingam beck poo. Nanda. Humsin, pull back your bone, all can shush one per bumble. My sandwich, no one flip off. Why kitch marted put the no good bell cat? Nuck nor lat, pro wise crumb gim picklat muffy. Do some eat him his eyes. Gee win spuffy, pull a bee. I fungy did whites and gaff by pass by high numbers. Whoop is McModi's pustin watch pylon play here. Show mo pam up, take nas beef gross smooth chop dip fun like sham when bit the fish sipped puck and chose it can my Noah where you tack it sheep plant not pin fin. Off a hopless spinos hum popla, bullet plowentic non ama kema pop sundu sidashi. Wa fa lantana fo chas fo fa ding wa beef wa boomer sofa. No nom chia me chlum one dis. Speak upon speed gate. And I'm a wolf no Pam staff gree. If you wanna hit sifa with some stench mini sun fa fa rip pin sam cope slon. Say now pep. Botch musting dat stuff ref de bulop. Pansene get poor real the wheelet. Dum de sichik plan pa some photo knack shows in fan on pleo. Ma pill rup on set. She bit it way to gum war song. You get puff up was long. I know what let me da bet gin sift is plachic. I got me on this.
Okay, I was
But white
stop for a minute. We're gonna put a pin on this. It's the next section is all of this. It's going into the weeds. My theory is that it is approximating a language it has not been trained on, but it knows it. And what it's doing is that it's using the tokens it has to approximate the language. I've seen it try to do various languages in various families. The TTS doesn't help sometimes because you get John Delancey's voice trying to speak Spanish, and it's like someone's uncle, tourist, like trying to do Spanish. But it's interesting how it seems to be improving, knowing that maybe we're reading it with a text-to-speech and kind of doing phoneme by phoneme. I don't know. More research will be needed. If that's the case, then it knows languages as emergent property. But this is LLAMA. LLAMA is trained on dozens of languages, so no doubt it can do this very well. It goes on forever in this kind of dialect. Yeah. How far does it go? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, and I have to try to stop it because I don't know how long it's gonna go. Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue that. I was gonna pass out. If I have to look at text and don't know what it means, I'm gonna pass out. Okay, more soon.